the desire to be recognized or praised for something you know you did well. It's judgment towards people who don't make the same lifestyle choices that you do. It's that moment when you have a hard time admitting that you're wrong. It's talking about yourself more than you ask about others. It's believing that you are more in control of your life than God is. I mean, think about it. When you wake up in the morning, who are you thinking about? Yourself. When you have a decision to make, who are you considering? Yourself. When something unexpected happens, whose schedule are you thinking about? Yours. Pride. It's poison to the soul. It destroys us with one single weapon, ourselves. It clouds our vision because we are all that we can see. Rather than looking at the world through the eyes of Jesus, we're standing in front of a mirror wondering why we can't see clearly. It affects all of us. Whether the thoughts you have about yourself are positive or negative, no person is exempt from thinking about themselves. It's in our nature. When sin entered the world, it introduced us to the biggest challenge we will ever face: putting others before ourselves. Pride takes our eyes off of Jesus and the needs of others and turns it inwards to our own hearts. In Proverbs 8, it says, "To fear the Lord is to hate evil. I hate pride and arrogance, evil behavior and perverse speech." You see, this is not a sweep it under the rug sort of issue. This isn't an ignore it and hope it goes away problem. You can tell yourself that one day you'll wake up and decide that you don't want to be prideful anymore, but it's not a light switch you can turn on and off. Scripture tells us that pride and arrogance are evil. Not just bad or wrong, but evil. Pride is poison to the soul. We are in desperate need of an antidote. There is one thing that we know for sure. This is not something that we can do on our own. Pride will not be overcome by hard work willing it to happen. When left to our own devices, we will always choose pride. We desperately need God. Humility, the antidote to pride. The solution to our habit of thinking only of ourselves. Humility takes the focus off of us, not because we don't deserve it, but because we are called to love others as Christ loves us. C.S. Lewis once said, "Humility is not thinking less of yourself, it's thinking of yourself less." You see, it's not having a low opinion of yourself. Some of us, when we wake up in the morning, we don't like what we see in the mirror. But having an accurate view of yourself is what humility truly is. We are not God, we are in desperate need of Him. That is humility. Scripture says, "When pride comes, then comes disgrace, but with humility comes wisdom." Pride goes before destruction, a haughty spirit before a fall. Better to be lowly in spirit along with the oppressed than to share plunder with the proud. Pride may seem like a good idea in the moment, but Scripture promises us that it leads nowhere. I could give you so many examples from my own life when I thought I knew better than God did. But when we allowed pride to put ourselves in the place of God, we won't last there long. If we try to step in as our own saviors, if we decide that our way is better than the one who created the entire universe, we are setting ourselves up for disappointment. Humility is about recognizing who we truly are. God is the creator and we are His creation. Like a potter and his clay, God has taken the time to masterfully shape and craft each and every one of us. He crafted and sculpted and smoothed and shaped and polished every last detail of who you are. He didn't shy away from the opportunity to make you just the way that He wanted you to be. Genesis tells us that God created humanity out of dust. The breath of God brought us from dirt on the ground to beautifully created beings. He is the creator of the universe, and we are his prized creation. When you create something, you cherish it. You cherish it because it's yours. You saw it when it was nothing, and you made it into something beautiful. You are God's treasured creation. You are not perfect. None of us are perfect, but you are dearly loved by him. We are not the creator. We are simply his creation. The creation is always completely dependent on the creator. The creation is nothing and can do nothing outside of the creator's control. He is the potter and we are the clay. He is responsible for the molding, the shaping, and the craftsmanship. It is nothing that we can take credit for. Pride tries to convince us that we can take credit for the great qualities that we see in ourselves. Rather, humility recognizes that the gifts we have are a result of God carefully creating us for good works. Our gifts were not meant to be used for just our own gain because they were a gift to us in the first place. They were a gift from our Creator. Humility becomes natural when we recognize the reality of who we are. God is the Creator, and we are his creation. God is the potter, we are the clay.
Hey, thanks so much for checking out our YouTube channel. Northview Students is committed to dropping videos weekly that make you laugh and challenge you in your faith. If you're enjoying the video, click that like button and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of our new content. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you later.